Barclaysman. What is a Barclaysman? Well, from between 1993 and 2016, each season of the Premier League had a title sponsor. From 1993-94, it was known as the FA Carling Premiership, before the sponsor changed in 2001 to Barclays Card until 2004. The title of the competition then changed to FA Barclays Premiership. It then became the Barclays Premier League from the 2007-8 campaign until the 2015-16 season, with the competition becoming known as just the Premier League from 2016-17 onwards. So, from between 2001 until 2016, fans of the Premier League has dubbed that era the Barclays era, and players in the league of that period have been dubbed Barclaysmen. Now, every football fan has that one player that they'll never forget, not because they won the Ballon d'Or, not because they lifted the Champions League, but because whenever they touched the ball, something impossible felt possible. For Blackburn Rovers fans and fans of the Premier League in general, that player was Morten Gamst Pedersen. A skinny Norwegian somehow became one of the Premier League's greatest cult heroes. This is the story of the man whose left foot terrified goalkeepers for nearly a decade. A midfielder blessed with incredible technique, pinpoint crossing, and a left foot capable of producing absolute rockets. Pedersen became one of the Premier League's most entertaining players during his time at Blackburn. Morten Gamst Pedersen was born September 8, 1981 in Vadsø, which is located in Norway's Finnmark region, well inside the Arctic Circle. Football ran in the family. His father, Ernest Pedersen, had played professionally for Bordeaux and Vålerenga during the late 1970s and early 80s, which gave Morten an early introduction to the game. Morten has spoken about how he has Sami heritage, with roots on both sides of his family. Although he has spoken about not being fluent in the Sami language, he has always been proud of that part of his identity. Growing up in one of Norway's northernmost regions wasn't exactly the traditional route into elite football, but Pedersen's talent was obvious from a young age. He eventually joined Tromsø, the biggest club in the north of Norway, where his professional career would begin. Pedersen would make his senior debut for Tromsø in the year 2000, and over the next few seasons he steadily developed into one of Norway's brightest young talents. After helping Tromsø earn promotion back to the top flight of Norwegian football in 2002, he continued to improve, combining pace with excellent dribbling, creativity and a deadly left foot. By 2004, he was one of the standout performers in the Norwegian league, scoring a respected 7 goals before the season had even finished. His performances eventually attracted interest from England, and Blackburn Rovers would move quickly. In August of 2004, Blackburn signed Pedersen for an initial fee of around £1.5 million. At just 22 years old, he was heading to the Premier League. Like most players arriving in the Premier League, Pedersen needed time to adjust. His first few months weren't easy. After Graham Souness left Blackburn and Mark Hughes took over, he would find himself in and out of the team. But with some encouragement from fellow Norwegians John Arne Riis and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he was convinced to stay. Then, everything changed in early 2005. He scored against Cardiff in the FA Cup before going on a run of goals that completely transformed his Blackburn career and helped win over manager Mark Hughes. By the end of his first season in English football, he had scored 8 goals in all competitions. Then came the breakout campaign. During the 2005-06 season, Pedersen became Blackburn's first choice left midfielder, and one of the Premier League's most exciting players. His stunning volley against Fulham won him BBC's Match of the Day Goal of the Month, and just weeks later he delivered one of the greatest performances of his career. Away at Old Trafford, Pedersen scored both goals as Blackburn defeated Manchester United 2-1. It remains as one of Blackburn's most memorable Premier League victories. Over the next several years, Pedersen became known for three things: his incredible crossing ability, his spectacular long-range strikes, and his danger from dead ball situations. Whether it was whipping in corners, bending free kicks into the top corner, or unleashing a shot from 30 or even 40 yards, defenders simply couldn't afford to give him space. Managers came and went: Mark Hughes, Paul Ince, Sam Allardyce. Yet Pedersen remained a key player throughout. Under Sam Allardyce, he often moved into a more central attacking role, where his passing range became even more valuable. One of his most famous goals came in November 2010 against Wigan Athletic. Pedersen scored an outrageous free kick from roughly 40 yards out that flew past the goalkeeper. And just days later, he scored again away at Newcastle before adding another 2 goals against Aston Villa. It was one of the best scoring spells of his Blackburn career. In total, Pedersen spent 9 years at Ewood Park. He played 349 matches in all competitions, scoring 47 goals, and became a fan favourite thanks to his loyalty, consistency and spectacular moments. Even after Blackburn's relegation from the Premier League in 2012, he would stay for another season in the Championship before leaving the club in 2013. For many supporters, he remains one of the defining players of Blackburn's Premier League era, and could be considered as one of the players most deserving to be on the Mount Rushmore of Barclaysmen. While starring in England's top flight, Pedersen was also a key figure for Norway. He made his senior debut in 2004 and announced himself in style by scoring twice against Northern Ireland. One of his most famous international moments came in 2006 during a European Championship qualifier against Hungary. Pedersen scored an incredible volley from an almost impossible angle. The strike was so similar to Marco van Basten's legendary goal in the Euro 1988 final that Norwegian newspapers dubbed him Van Gamsten. He then went on to score important goals against Scotland, Brazil and the Republic of Ireland, as well as Cyprus and several other nations. Across 10 years with Norway, Pedersen had earned himself 83 caps and 17 goals. Although Norway never qualified for a major tournament during his international career, Pedersen remained one of the country's standout players throughout the late 2000s. After leaving Blackburn in 2013, Pedersen looked for a new challenge abroad. He had a short spell that only lasted one season at Turkish club Karabükspor. In 2014, he returned home to Norway by joining Rosenborg. While no longer at the peak of his powers, he still played an important role, as Rosenborg won both the league title and the Norwegian Cup in 2015. The following year, Pedersen returned to the club where everything had started, Tromsø. It was a fitting homecoming. Across 4 more seasons, he had nearly 100 appearances before moving further down the Norwegian footballing pyramid. Rather than retiring immediately, Pedersen continued to play for Atle and later Ranheim, showing his love for football even into his 40s. Many players step away from the game once the bright lights disappear. Pedersen kept playing simply because of his love of the beautiful game. Unlike many former Premier League stars, Pedersen has largely stayed away from the spotlight since hanging up his boots. He remains involved in Norwegian football while enjoying life back home. Away from football, he once surprised fans by joining a charity boy band called The Players alongside several other Norwegian footballers. The group's single became a hit across Scandinavia, making Pedersen one of the few footballers who can say they'd experienced success both on the football pitch and in the music charts. His football legacy, however, speaks for itself. Nearly 700 senior appearances and over 130 career goals, more than 80 international caps, and almost a decade of entertaining Premier League fans, with one of the sweetest left feet of his generation. Morten Gamst Pedersen may have never played for one of the European big boys. For Blackburn supporters and many other supporters of the Premier League, he will always be remembered as one of the Premier League's most exciting midfielders. A player capable of producing moments of magic from nowhere, a loyal servant to every club he represented, and one of Norway's finest exports during the Premier League era. Truly a Barclaysman. Thanks for watching.